Heaviest bombardment of the war so far, attacking southern Lebanon with a wave of airstrikes. More than 356 Lebanese citizens have been killed and 1,200 injured. Tens of thousands of Lebanese are fleeing north. Schools and universities are closed, hospitals are overwhelmed, and Israel is promising more attacks to come. And in the capital Beirut, Israel has carried out a strike on a residential building in the southern suburbs, injuring at least 6 people. Well, to break down the events of the last few hours, Marwan Bishara joins us, Al Jazeera senior political analyst. He is in London. Marwan, are we going to see what happened in Gaza happen here again, where it's called an escalation, it's followed by more and more intense Israeli airstrikes, more and more innocent civilians are killed day after day, and people condemn it, they call Israel out, but Israel just keeps doing what it wants to?
Oh, man. Well, I hope not. Let's just start with that. I see where you're going with your question, and clearly there is a logic to what you're saying. And I would add that it all starts with deception. It starts with demonization. It starts with lies. As we've seen the Israelis, the Israeli government lie about what happened October 7, spoke about decapitating of children, burning of entire families, torturing of parents in front of their children, shooting children, and so on and so forth. All these lies that we've heard repeated again and again, including by top U.S. officials who claim to have seen the videos, the pictures. All these lies that compare Hamas to ISIS. We're seeing it all repeated again, demonizing the people of Lebanon, demonizing the people of Hezbollah, demonizing everyone who even belongs to the party of Hezbollah. So much so that, in fact, it allowed Israel to carry a mass terror attack in Lebanon, injuring almost 3,000 people. And today, carrying mass bombardment, killing some 300 people. All while using the pretext of trying to protect the civilian population of Lebanon, asking them to evacuate, when they're actually forcing them or forcing a mass expulsion of the Lebanese people while it is indiscriminately bombing Lebanese towns and villages. So yes, we are seeing the beginning of a repeat. Will the international
sorry to interrupt, Marwan.
Do the same?
Yeah. Because how do you change that narrative then? I mean, what do the Lebanese people and the Lebanese government and authorities, as well as many of the other regional players, how do they stop that from happening then?
Well, you see the same thing again, right, Tom? I mean, what did the Palestinian Authority do? What could it have done when the genocide was unraveling in Gaza? Not much, if anything, aside from condemnation. And the Lebanese government, what can it do? Not much, aside from condemnation. I mean, it is a far more inferior military power, and it is under huge American pressure or Western pressure, including French pressure, just as the Palestinian Authority was under American pressure and Western blackmail. We see the same thing happening, and hence Hezbollah, like Hamas, are being isolated as some sort of a, terribly extreme organization, terrorist organization that must be totally destroyed. Now, just to be clear, okay, we spent many years covering the Syrian war, and I took, like many, a very critical position on Hezbollah's role in Syria, for example. So this is not about saying that Hezbollah is holier than thou. This is about Israel's false pretexts to destroy another Arab country. And this is Israel's deception to destroy and kill so many Lebanese people.
And many people are calling that out. Iraq, Egypt and Turkey have all basically say that these strikes threaten to drag the entire region into chaos. I mean, do you see this spiralling out of control from here? But Tom, just to underline what you said, I can make that statement. I'm the senior political analyst, right? I'm an academic, I'm an intellectual, I'm an expert on strategic studies. I can say that this is what's happening. That's not the role of Arab leaders, is to give us political and strategic analysis of what's going on in Palestine and Lebanon and what Israel is doing. We don't need Arab leaders
for strategic analysis. We need them in order to contain the situation, in order to deter Israel from carrying further atrocities and war crimes and genocide in the Middle East. I mean, if this was happening in Europe, would the European powers, would the United States stay quiet? Of course not. We've seen it happening in, say, the Balkans. They didn't stay quiet. We see it happen in Kosovo. We see it even now in Ukraine. The West did not stay quiet. But when it's the Palestinians and the Lebanese who are dying, as if it's